It's 19 years of effort and dedication and perseverance.
If people resonate with my story or like what I'm putting down, I'll be happy if anyone picks it up.
I knew that one day my potential could be making an Olympic team.
My next stop is actually the Olympics. Like, that's insane.
It really helped me, feel that fuel and that fire to come in and qualify for the Olympic Games.
What are you most looking forward to
Besides
besides skating?
Yeah, connecting with people, reaching an audience that can be reached, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Like if people resonate with my story or like what I'm putting down, I'll be happy if anyone picks it up.
Will it be a different hair thing for the Olympics or the same?
No, it'll be the same. So I do this every year. I add a stripe. So it's going to be like this for a year. And then next year, wintertime, like end of December, I do another ring.
So how long has this been?
3 years. So this one I did in 2023, end of 2023. Then did another one 2024, 2025.
In St. Louis that happened?
Well, it started back at home this December, like 31st or something. I bleached it, but I wanted it to be lighter because usually I do it like a gingery color, but I was like, I want something different. Like I want it lighter, and so I made it lighter, and I realized like the second round of bleach, I was like, it's like really hard to get it lighter because my hair is so dark, and so you need like salon grade products. So I went to a salon
In St. Louis?
in St. Louis.
By chance, do you remember the name?
Kelsey, of course, I remember her name.
Oh.
Yeah, her name's Kelsey, and she helped bleach this again, guys. And my hair is like still good, and it feels really healthy. And she toned it too. She toned it like perfectly. This is exactly what I wanted.
Is she at a place, a salon, or?
Yeah,
she's,
yeah.
Do you remember that name? If not,
13th and something salon.
I'll do some research.
Yes.
Why are you talking about figure skating? We're just talking about hair for a whole 10 minutes.
Hey,
Art is art. So.
How do you feel about this whole thing, this Olympics?
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to, I guess, squeeze every little drop out of it.
Has today been a day when you reflect on your story and journey at all, or is that going to come later, you think?
Yeah, no, that definitely comes later. Because, like, I can only really do that when I'm, like, by myself or talking with, like, my friends. Yeah.
Well, what did you think of the crowd support here in St. Louis this week and just everybody on your side?
I mean, it was really good. The arena was really filled, and, like, a lot of us got standing ovations, which was really, that's like the best feeling to have after your performance. And the crowd was loud. I love that. I have no complaints.
But what about this team as a whole? Obviously the women's side, but the men's side, pairs, ice dance, all together, this might be the most talented American team that's ever been sent to the Olympics. Just being a part of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't remember, like, all the teams, so I mean, we can't say for sure, but we got a pretty good team, I will say. I'm just really happy to be with girls, to be honest. I love them so much, and, like, I know we're going to have a blast, so, yeah.
On that note, though, a lot of people have mentioned, like, Alyssa's now, she's the one who's been there before, we can just follow her lead. And, you feel like the veteran in this group at all? Is that feeling there?
I mean, not really, because at the same time, I also feel so new, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of other skaters I don't know, haven't met, and I'm not, like, too ingrained in, like, the skating culture and, like, the community, but, it's hard to, because we're all individual skaters, so we all train, like, different parts of the U.S., so it's hard to be. But, yeah, and, I missed 2 years, too, so I do still, like, feel new in a way. Yeah.
2 years ago, if I would have said you were standing here in St. Louis being interviewed about going to the Olympics, what do you think you would have said?
Oh, you would not have heard from me.
Yeah.
No.
Last thing for me, just the three of you together. seems just so natural. Is it exactly how we see it out there? The three of you connected off the bat, and you're just like sisters, it looks
Yeah,
like.
I mean, it's not like off the bat. Like, we've known each other for a long time. Like, I've known Amber since I was probably like 10 or something. Like, I used to like pretend like this is my mom, like Amber, like she's my mother. Like it would be like a joke. But yeah, and like Isabeau, I've only recently got to like know coming back, which has been incredible. She's one of like the coolest skaters that I know. Yeah.
I feel really good. I feel super proud of myself of what I came out here to do in St. Louis. Is honestly, I feel like this environment and the crowd and audience that came to support me was just incredible, and it really helped me, feel that fuel and that fire to come in and qualify for the Olympic Games.
And what about the other two on the team with you?
Both of them are so inspirational, and I'm so grateful to have them. We've been, very close with each other since almost day one. We've been to many competitions together, and we've been to just every experience we can be there.
People back in Virginia are so excited. The D.C. area is so excited. Any message tonight for them?
Yeah, I want to thank everyone in that area just bringing me the support and the love that I really deserve, and it just helps me a lot with our mentality going into these Olympic Games to see that my local people are willing to put out all their energy to support and really help me get to Milan.
And what's the next couple of weeks for you look like?
Next couple of weeks will definitely to come back and really just think of a right strategy and how to train very efficiently so that I can be at 100% at the Milan Olympics.
How does today compare to the Olympic dream you may have had growing up?
Today is definitely so different, and I can say that because I've become a different person, not just a different skater, but also with a different personality, a different mindset, and a different approach to life.
Yeah. Top to bottom, this team is probably one of the most talented the United States has ever sent. Just talk about the team in general from that perspective and what you guys could accomplish.
Yeah, the team is just so many awesome people. The best way to describe it is I think this is the most unique team I've ever seen out of, I'll say any of the Olympic Games. But it's just so grateful that all of us as a figure skating family, we're all here to support each other, and we all have each other's back when we need it.
How much is your personality perfect to kind of handle this moment? And it's only going to get more and more intense over the next few weeks and months. How do you kind of handle everything? Because you're going to be quite in the spotlight.
Yeah, I think I can say I'm already in a bunch of the spotlight for a few years.
Yeah.
So it's been, a learning curve and a learning process to kind of go through those experiences and learn how to handle the pressure or the noise or maybe the stress that may come from it. So it's been something that I've learned, and really grateful to have this ability to, whether that be suppress it when I need to, but also I tend to like to embrace it.
You're a pretty cool customer, pretty even keel. Getting named to the team, are you like ecstatic? Like, what's the emotion right now?
I mean, I feel like I always take an approach to life as one step at a time. So I'm always, I feel like that there's always another step ahead. So for me, making the team that's internally, that feels really good and really part of my whole goal in life. But now I know that, you can't stay on it too long because, time goes by really fast. So the way I see it now is you made the team, you should be grateful for that, proud of yourself, and now the next step ahead is to train, as hard as you can to, go and perform at the Olympics.
So check back in a few weeks.
Yes, I would say so, yes.
Sorry, a lot of regular everyday sports fans are learning about you and your teammates in real time, and they're learning about quad jumps. I guess my question is, I'm not saying for this Olympics, but is a 5-spin jump physically possible, ever possible? What's the future?
Only thing I'll say is I might or might not have done it already.
Okay. I'll do a little research. Oh, wait, was it in front of cameras or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Which
Yeah.
one of the 6 was it?
You will have to find out after Milan.
All right, man.
Is there anything away from the ice that you're excited about being an Olympian? It comes with a lot of other things too.
Yes.
What excites you about just being an Olympian, not related to the competition?
Yeah, the environment there is just so awesome. I feel like, going to Milan specifically, there's a lot of different tastes that they have, whether that be, food or fashion and architecture. I feel like just going there is going to be such a wonderful place to not only just enjoy for that Olympic competition environment, but also just for that Italian background.
Final from me, just describe your drive to be great. We see it in athletes as they come along. It seems like you have that drive. Just describe that. What's inside of you?
Yeah, a lot of inside me is wanting to push my own body and physical and mental limit of how far can I push myself in life. And that's always been something that I've been looking or staying true to. So that's something that I always incorporate into, skating, whether that be finishing a competition and always seeing the good result, but also going in very detailed and looking at, this can be improved, so we can work on this more, or this has to change a little bit so it can be better. So I always come with an open mindset.
So what's the feeling?
Exhaustion, excitement for sure, and I'm just eager to get home to train.
How does this moment compare to maybe Olympic dreams you had as a kid thinking about this moment?
It's funny because people keep asking, like, oh, your childhood dream of making the Olympics. And I was like, I didn't even dream of that as a kid because I was like, no, only so many people make it. Like, that's not going to happen. So it only became like a goal of mine like a couple years ago. But I've been working so hard to reach my potential, and I knew that one day my potential could be making an Olympic team, and to finally do that is so satisfying.
How'd you sum up this week in St. Louis and maybe love you felt from the crowd, when you competed and then today again?
Oh, absolutely incredible. I had standing ovations that just filled my heart. I couldn't be more grateful for the cheering and the support throughout the programs. It just really gave that extra bit of motivation to just really enjoy that moment because we've all been working so hard for it. So to soak it all in was just a great experience.
This is all obviously so new, but what are you looking forward to when we talk about the Olympics and going to Milan?
I'm looking forward to spending time with the team. We're all so close, and we all are working towards this incredible goal, and not many people know what that's like. So to be able to all be in the same place for once is just really, really fun, to be honest. And to get to experience like the village and, the opening closing ceremonies and just being there on the biggest stage in the world is so exciting.
If you have a moment, is there any other sport you want to check out?
What's hard is that we're all so separated this year in Milan, and because it is Milan Cortina, but we will not be seeing Cortina at all. So there are a few sports in Milan that I would really love to see. I'm just not sure what the schedule will allow, but I would love to see some women's hockey.
Alyssa was joking. She used to say, oh, here's my mom, Amber, when you guys were places. Just the three of you together. We get to see it from afar. Describe how the three of you have come together like this.
It's so interesting because I met Alyssa when she was really young, and I got to see her rise to success at such a young age and, go to the Olympics. And then she retired. And then Isabeau came in, and she won a national title before I did. And I saw her come from this, really young, shy girl to really stepping into her own as both a woman and an athlete. And then, of course, having them both together is a bit chaotic, but so fun because they're both pretty young. I mean, Alyssa just became like 20 years old, like is no longer a teenager. So I'm quite a bit older than both of them. But I've known both of them for so long, and to see them grow has been an honor, honestly. And they're both special as both athletes and people. And I'm just so grateful that they allow me to be able to, I don't know if mentor them's the right word, because they're both very successful, even more qualified than me in some regards, athletes that I'm just happy that we're on the same team.
Yeah.
Amber, your pin is so special and so important. Can you explain why you have that pride, why you want to wear the pin?
Yeah, it's to show representation for my community, and I want to continue to normalize having queer people in these spaces, and that we can be some of the top athletes in the world and be ourselves while doing so, especially on such a global stage when not everywhere accepts people for who they are. I want to continue to move us forward as a community.
Beautifully said, thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
How important is it to peak at the right time in figure skating? And does it feel like this entire team, men's, women's, pairs, dance, is all kind of doing that right now?
Definitely. And, you know, being 26 in ladies figure skating, you don't expect that to be someone's peak. So I think we've all had very different journeys to be able to peak at this correct time. And honestly, we need to just take a few days to kind of soak this all in. And I know we're all going to be training to do even better in Milan.
It's impossible to encapsulate it in words, to be honest. You know, relieved, excited, proud, happy, you know, all of these words all at once with maximum intensity. You know, you know, all in all, I think the biggest feeling for me is just being grateful to be standing in this position. It's 19 years of effort and dedication and perseverance and resilience to be standing here, and you know, it means the absolute world to me. Yeah.
Listening to you talk last night, the one thing you don't lack is perspective.
Yes, sir.
How do you think that served you?
I mean, I've had so many moments, I mean, especially in this past year, of taking a step back, having to deal with so many things outside of skating as well. You know, it gave me a massive perspective shift, and basically just reevaluated everything. You know, I had to almost mentally start with a fresh, clean start, because, you know, up to that moment, I was a whole nother person, honestly. Mm-hmm. You know, when I started this season, I knew I had to just evolve as an athlete, as a human, you know, and every month that went by, I felt more and more strong to continue to fight, and you know, all culminating to this moment is, like I said, it's unreal.
Have you surprised yourself?
Yes, yes, for sure. I mean, you know, I know for a fact that whatever it is that life throws at me, I will be still standing, you know. And I know that even in the most vulnerable, devastating times, kind of sticking to the lessons that my parents taught me of keep going no matter what, you know, they have served me so incredibly well. And I would not be the person that I am today without them. Yeah.
Based on what you said last night from the podium, I don't need to tell you that they're so proud of you.
I hope and I pray, you know, I hope they're proud of me. You know, we did it together, all those years of hard work and just unbelievable sacrifice, and, you know, everything that led up to this moment. We did it as a family. We did it as three. Every decision, you know, everything, especially leading up into this year, the conversation that I had with my dad before and telling me what I needed to do, we did it.
Have you had a second just to like reflect and kind of talk to them?
Not yet. You know, I still feel like I need a second to breathe, or a second to just kind of have to myself, you know, to fully realize what's happening. I think when I hit my pillow tonight, maybe that'll be that time. I try to every now and then, either every week or maybe once every 2 weeks, to have just some time that I can spend with them, you know, just me and them talking, and I can't wait to have that moment with them.
So what happens next? Back to Boston tomorrow, I take it?
Yeah, we're back to Boston. We're going home, and it's a quick turnaround. You know, maybe one day to decompress a little, see what's happening, what's going on. Give lots of hugs and thanks to everybody in that building, in that facility. And yeah, we're right back to work, man. Job's not finished.
Do you remember the first time growing up, maybe when you had an Olympic dream and said, hey, I want to do this, and how does it compare to right now in this moment?
Absolutely. You know, we watched the 2010 Vancouver Olympics together as a family. That's my earliest memory of watching the Olympics together. And man, it was incredible. You know, seeing Evan and Plushenko and all those guys at that time, it was so inspiring. You know, I mean, just having two Olympians as your mom and dad, like that's unbelievable. Like that was I took that with so much pride, you know. Always saying to my friends, like, yeah, my parents are Olympians and all that. And, you know, it meant so much to me. Like, our life really revolved around the sport. And, you know, the Olympics were such a big part of our family in general. So, you know, coming full circle is just, it makes my heart happy, you know. And, but I will say the 2010 Olympics was a very memorable moment for me to know for certain that this is what I want to do. You know, with my life, with my career, and my parents are right there, you know, having my back through all of it.
Now you're on the team. What do you hope to get out of this experience in the next month or so?
You know, I want to be present. It's been a really difficult thing for me, specifically in this past year, of just being present in the moment and taking it in, you know, skating around for that extra 30 seconds here at Nationals, even just looking up and looking at the stadium, looking at the people, looking at the Jumbotron, you know. I think a lot of people forget to do that sometimes, and I made it a point to do that. And I want to just soak it all in, you know, really be present in that moment. You know, calling myself an Olympian still just, I can't even believe it. But skating across those rings, and that's always been a dream, and for that to come true is just so special to me. Yeah, and obviously just give it my all. Give it every single thing that I have. Continue to do what I've been doing this entire season, you know. So.
One quick one, if I may, about during today's performance, you pulled the chain off and then you're holding it. May I ask if you can share what that was?
Yeah, so in all honesty, you know, I did a jump. I think it clicked off, and it just kind of hung on my shoulder like this. You know, I don't know whether it was a coincidence or what message that means, you know, but it was completely unintentional, and it popped off and was right here on my left shoulder. And I remember at the very end just grabbing it and holding it. And there was something about it. I don't know what it was, what kind of message or something that was, but it felt special. Like I said, completely not planned, not nothing. It just happened. It was, you know, hopefully a message from them.
Was it a chain? What's on the chain?
It's my cross.
Oh,
My cross, yeah. You know, it's something that I wear at all times, no matter what. Whatever situation is happening, you know, I keep that on me. And I feel like it's protection. And even though something happened where it popped off, the fact that it still stayed on my shoulder and was skating with me and grabbing it and holding on to it like that just further, you know, was, you know, such a wild moment. So.
How you feeling?
I feel really satisfied with how I handled this week, and happy that I earned my spot on the Olympic team, and I feel really satisfied with how I skated in order to earn it.
Let's go back to like Monday of last week
Okay.
to right now.
Yes.
And just think about how much has changed. How wild is that?
I'm so glad I survived this in the way that I wanted to, which is what I mean. Like, I'm so glad that I was able to deliver two satisfying skates, and to feel how well deserved this spot is for me.
What did it mean to feel the love from the crowd this week? What was that like?
I always thrive off of the crowd. I've never, maybe it's stage fright. I've never really experienced like, oh, there's so many people in the crowd. I don't know if I can do this. There's so many people in the crowd. If anything, it's always just built me up. And to see like people in the crowd getting on their feet at the end of the skate when I fought so hard to get through it because it's also difficult. It's just really heartwarming to feel appreciated by the crowd.
How does this moment compare to an Olympic dream you maybe had as a kid growing up, and now you're living that out?
So I feel like that Olympic dream is going to come to life when I get to the Olympics because part of the reason why I'm always saying like, I'm so excited to get to the village. I'm so excited to get to the village because I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm so excited. I'm just imagining like this magic kingdom and I can't wait to get there. And I feel like it's going to be its own planet and I'm really excited.
So you're looking forward to flying out of here, getting back home, just kind of celebrating with everybody just for a day or two before you have to.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to get back into training, funny enough, because yes, we made the team now. Now I'm excited to be able to skate every day, knowing that my next stop is actually the Olympics. Like, that's insane. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think you told us earlier this week you have family in Milan, right? Yeah. So now that all comes full circle. Just explain that and what that's like.
I'm really excited that my family in Milan, whom have seen me skate in real life once before when the Grand Prix final was in Torino, will be able to see my skating at my peak, at my highest level, on the world's biggest stage in their backyard. I think that is so just, like, destined, just crazy, insane. I don't know. I think it's so insane.
What about this women's team?
Yeah.
Like the other members on this team that formed the three of you.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty awesome card.
Yeah, just such a special trio. I saw like a tweet saying that if only Isabeau was named Isabeau so that it could be AAA. AAA isn't like triple axel, like it's a thing. It's kind of cool, funny. But I'm really glad I'm not named Isabeau. That would kind of suck.
How, is this, you guys get along just so well, and this is a competitive sport. You're competing against each other. How rare is it to have the three of you kind of all on the same page, kind of just loving each other right now?
If you'd ask Alyssa, she'd be like, I don't understand why it's a weird thing. Why it's so strange that we're, not strange, but like unique or a big deal, you know? But I fully understand it. I understand we are such mature, intelligent individuals, and we're able to understand that we all have the shared goal of performing our best program. And when we go out there and perform our best, we feel our best, and it's not about, oh, I should have been 3 points higher, but more of, I'm just happy I did what I trained and what I want to put out there. And we're all in the same boat, and we see each other all the time, and we're such different people with different personalities, and I feel like we click so well in that way, and it's always a good time.
How many family members do you have in Milan?
So my nonna, she lives 13 minutes from the arena, and I have my mom's sister and my mom's brother, and then their spouses, and then one cousin on my mom's sister.